Dallas, what's this week been like? Obviously, around the league, we've seen spikes. How has the coaching staff addressed that issue with you guys moving forward?
The biggest thing he said is, we want to take control of it before it takes control of us, basically. We're doing things. We space out the meeting rooms, put the defense to the indoor. We wear masks in meetings. It's all optional, but I think as a team, collectively, we want to have whatever advantages we can, and being healthy is definitely a big one.
Dallas Goedert always had big games against Washington, it seems, in the past. Is that kind of just one guy playing well against the team, or is that something schematically that the Eagles have been able to take advantage of against the Washington defense?
Yeah, I guess that's not something I've really looked at. Hoping to have a big game this week, but it's the same thing. Depends on how the game goes. Depends on what they do defensively. Everything can change. But like always, we're going to go out there and do everything we can to get a win.
As you look back at the Jets game, why were you able to click so well with Gardner after not really practicing that much?
Just the way they played their defense, we kind of knew what to expect. We had some good calls against good defenses, and we took advantage. And I just told Gardner, when you're in doubt, just throw it up to me and I'll go get it. And he did that a few times. So, but no, it was just a play call, and he was just trying to find me. And anytime he can catch the ball, I feel like puts us in a good position.
What's that process like in a short amount of time, trying to make sure you're on the same page with a new quarterback?
It's probably more for the quarterback than it is for the receiver. So it'd probably be a better question for him. But for me, he's in the meetings the whole time. He sees how everybody runs their routes on film. He's out there with us at practice, so he's seen it all along. And, it's just credit to him that he was able to, pick a target and throw it to it and hit it accurately. But, we did some stuff on the side in between periods, different things to just try to get our level of connection up.
Dallas, when a team has so many absences on defense, or at least when you're planning, how much do you guys have to rely on preparing for the scheme as opposed to the matchups in this game?
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of both, but for me, there's always going to be 11 players out there. I don't look at players too crazily and just focus on film studying them. I just want to look at the overall picture. So really, it's not that big of a deal. They're going to have 11 guys out there. They're going to be in the same positions. They're all in the NFL. They're all very capable of doing things. So it's really no different. You're going to know what they're going to run defensively, their schemes, things like that. And, there's just going to be different people in different places, and that can happen at any time. You never know when someone's going to get hurt or out in a case like this.
Was the Giants game a wake-up call for this team?
I don't know if it was really a wake-up call. It was one that you hate to lose, just like any of them. It's one that we wish we could have back. But I don't know if it was a wake-up call. It was just, we need to be better. We need to get better today, tomorrow, and every day. If anything, that'll be a game you'll look back in the season and wish it would have went differently.
Previous seasons, you had a few games where you had questions with soft tissue injuries and maybe missed a few here and there. This year, nothing like that. Has there been changes implemented here, or have you changed things in your preparation to make you healthier and not have to deal with those types of things?
It's probably a combination of both. I've added quite a bit into my just weekly regime, whether it's massages or just doing different things, stretching, strengthening my muscles. But then also, I feel like we're practicing less, we're spending less time on the field. My body is going through a lot less wear and tear. The things that I was asked to do the last 3 years compared to this year is a little bit different. So I think that all kind of plays in part of it.
COVID questions are kind of more real for you because you've experienced this. What was that time away like for you? And when you look at the league policies, are there anything from your experience that you would either change or add?
No, I think the league's done a great job with all the protocols, and like they said, their job is to try to keep us safe. They can only make us do so much, and we got a big majority of the team vaccinated, things like that, big majority of the league vaccinated, and obviously that's a step in the right direction. But then it's just all on your own. You want to be as safe as you can. If you got family coming in, all that stuff, there's more chances of it. So it's just kind of limiting your exposure to it. But I think everybody's done a pretty good job. Obviously, it's a pandemic, so it can happen to anybody at any time. But, like we said, we just want to try to keep this building as healthy as we can.
What has been the messaging in terms of like the holidays coming up from the team? What do they want you guys doing?
Last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever Thanksgiving was, it was mandated that we had to wear masks in the building and stuff like that. So the league kind of took control of it, and it's going to be the same thing. I'm sure we'll be able to have people get tested here. People will get tested before they come out and see us, and then it's just being safe, wearing the mask around the building, and if you feel sick, talk to somebody. So it could be a one-person thing instead of a 20-person thing.
Is there something that kind of stands out to you over the last 6 weeks with just how successful the running game has been? I mean, it seems like you guys have done it in so many different ways. Even the week Jalen was out, with Miles taking control and everything like that. I mean, just does it surprise you how successful it's been and what's kind of been the key there?
No, it doesn't really surprise me. Starting from the O-line coach to the O-line, we got great O-linemen. The way they get movement on their double teams is pretty incredible. And then we got good running backs. And, the big runs, I think it was Kenny's touchdown. Jalen Reagor did a great job coming and blocking the safety. And anytime we can do that, and it takes all 11 people on offense to run the ball. And, we're finally getting to that zone where everybody's on the right guy at the right time in the right place. And we're able to hit it big. But, no, our O-line is tremendous, and we got good running backs. And then you had Jalen back there, and it just is another element to it. So I think our run game, we just have all the right pieces for it. Coaches do a great job scheming it to different ways, and, the O-line just is an incredible unit.
Yesterday, Jalen Hurts told us he's doing everything in his power to make himself available. What have you noticed about his preparations this week?
Yeah, coming back off a bye week, he was able to spend all week here rehabbing and stuff like that. So just coming back, we've only been back yesterday really, and he was doing everything he could to get back. He's limping around a lot less than he was a week ago or whatever. But I think there's no doubt about him, the competitor that he is, that he wants to be playing, and whatever he has to do to play, he'll do it.
Probably by this point in the week, have a good feel for who the quarterback is going to be, and how do you navigate that? If there is any uncertainty.
I just kind of go out to practice and try to get better every day. A small fraction of my job is catching the ball. If I do that 10 times a game and we have 50 plays, you're not doing that every time. So I can improve a lot just by practicing. It doesn't matter who's back there. Is it nice to know who your quarterback is? Kind of. But it doesn't really matter. Just like when we played the Jets, we didn't know until pretty much game time decision who it was going to be. And then, so you just have to go out there and focus on what you can get better at each day and just not really worry about other factors that you can't control.